The Atlanta Hawks just put on a shooting clinic, torching the Golden State Warriors in a game that showcased their offensive firepower. With a scorching 57% shooting from the field and 42% from deep, Atlanta overwhelmed Golden State, who were missing their superstar Stephen Curry due to injury. But while Trae Young led the Hawks with a masterful 25-point 10-assist performance, the real story was the Hawks' bench, which stepped up in a massive way. Could this win be a turning point for Atlanta as they push toward the playoffs? Let's break it all down. But before we do, make sure to subscribe to Basketball Insider USA. We bring you the latest NBA game analysis, trade rumors, and player breakdowns. So if you love basketball, you won't want to miss out. From the opening tip, Atlanta came out with relentless energy. They immediately pushed the pace, moved the ball well, and capitalized on open shots. Trae Young, the floor general, was in full control, dictating the tempo and finding teammates in perfect scoring positions. But it wasn't just him. The entire team executed their offensive sets flawlessly. The first quarter saw the Hawks establish an early lead, shooting a blistering 60% from the floor and keeping Golden State's defense scrambling. Young's court vision was on full display as he consistently broke down defenders and created easy looks for his teammates. One of the biggest X factors in this game was Georges Niang, who came off the bench and delivered a huge 23-point performance, draining 6 of his 9 3-point attempts. Every time the Warriors looked like they might gain some momentum, Niang was there to bury another deep shot, keeping the Hawks comfortably in control. Meanwhile, Onyeka Okongwu was a beast in the paint, finishing with a dominant double-double, 22 points, 12 rebounds, and 6 assists. His physicality on both ends gave Golden State problems all night, and his ability to finish around the rim added another dimension to Atlanta's offense. Without Stephen Curry, who was sidelined due to a pelvic contusion, the Warriors had to rely heavily on Jimmy Butler to carry the offensive load. Butler put up a strong effort, finishing with 25 points, 8 assists, and 4 rebounds. But he struggled from deep, going just 1 for 7 from 3. The Warriors tried to keep up, with Draymond Green and Brandon Podziemski making key plays, but it was clear they lacked their usual firepower, without Curry's elite shot-making and spacing. The absence of their primary playmaker forced the Warriors to play a more isolation-heavy game, which ultimately played into Atlanta's defensive strategy. Despite trailing by double digits for most of the game, the Warriors made a late fourth-quarter push, cutting the Hawks' lead down to single digits with under 5 minutes to play. Butler, playing with his usual intensity, led the charge, hitting tough shots and setting up teammates. But every time Golden State got close, Atlanta answered right back. With the game hanging in the balance, Niang and Okongwu delivered clutch baskets, stopping the Warriors' momentum and sealing the win for the Hawks. Atlanta's ability to stay composed in crunch time was the key to closing out the game, and it's something they'll need as they gear up for a potential playoff run. For the Warriors, this loss stings. They are battling for playoff positioning in a tight Western Conference, and every game matters. With Curry set to be reevaluated soon, they'll need Butler and the supporting cast to step up even more in the coming weeks. They'll have a crucial matchup against the Miami Heat, where Butler will face his former team in what's sure to be a high-intensity battle. As for the Hawks, this win gives them momentum heading into the final stretch of the season. They've now won 7 of their last 11 games and are solidifying their spot in the Eastern Conference standings. If their bench can continue producing at this level, they could be a dangerous team come playoff time. This game was a statement win for Atlanta and a tough setback for Golden State. The Hawks proved they can compete against elite teams, with Draymond Green and Brandon Podziemski making key plays, but it was clear they lacked their usual firepower, without Curry's elite shot-making and spacing. The absence of their primary playmaker forced the Warriors to play a more isolation-heavy game, which ultimately played into Atlanta's defensive strategy. Despite trailing by double digits for most of the game, the Warriors made a late fourth-quarter push, cutting the Hawks' lead down to single digits with under 5 minutes to play. Butler, playing with his usual intensity, led the charge, hitting tough shots and setting up teammates. What do you think? Can the Hawks make a deep playoff run? Or will the Warriors bounce back stronger in their next game? Let me know in the comments. And before you go, make sure to subscribe to Basketball Insider USA. We've got more in-depth NBA breakdowns, trade updates, and game recaps coming your way, so don't miss out.